I guess actually maybe like probably I know I've been doing some tweeting. Maybe for this like recap stuff, it's gonna be good to like just scroll through my X account and just kind of go through everything. If I missed your subscription or anything, I love you. I'm sorry. I'm just like got my phone up. I'm all jinky. There's a lot to talk about. Okay, so this is the. I think this is mislabeled. It's today. Today's Wednesday, Esther.
Yep.
Today's Wednesday, August 2nd, and we're gonna be there at 3 p.m.
Oh yeah.
7 p.m.
They said it was August 3rd.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Don't worry.
It's supposed to be August 2nd. It is definitely Wednesday.
It's definitely today. But don't worry too much about that. Okay, so I'm leaving. Okay, and then blimey, I'm going. Also, London is like the funniest place I've ever been in my entire life. Okay, so I ran into Modest of Mind, who rates like every day. That was awesome. Just ran into the street. I met so many people. It was the sickest ever. I tweeted this Spirit Bomb picture right before the Pro Tour, get my energy going. And then I drafted this deck. I know it's like a kind of shitty picture, but I think I had 7 islands, 7 mountains. Yeah, 14 lands, 2 Oliphants, 1 Lord revealed. Triple Birthday Escape. Pack 1, I know modern gamers just focus for a little bit. Pack 1, I think I got 12th pick Birthday Escape, 13th pick Lord revealed. Oh no, it was reversed. But they came so late. They came so late and I was already in blue. This deck was sick. I was really, really happy with it. I have like the mythic rare Spiteful Banditry. I have so much Ring Timsu. My curve is pretty good. I have an Eomer, good top end. I had to pass a Gandalf sanction to pick this the mythic rare X damage spell. I think it was kind of a close pick, but I also really didn't want to play against this card, which is kind of my tiebreaker. And if your fire foes appear, it's awesome. 2 of my 3 matches in this draft, I destroyed my opponents. It wasn't close. I just crushed them 2-0. And then my other match was like a 3-game kind of grind fest. Game 1, I got them down to 1 life. And I had a Flamesmith. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you deal 1 damage to your opponent. And I drew like 6 cards off Bath Song and like Ring Timsu, and I just didn't have another instant or sorcery in my deck. And I lost game 1, and then I won game 2, and then I ended up getting kind of blown out by Black Breath game 3, and it was still close, but I just wasn't able to close it. So I 2-1 the draft pod day 1. And I know also like people are not going to be like super interested in hearing all the recap. I'm sorry if that's the case, but you know, people are also just like so invested in the whole PT journey stuff. I just want to take the time and just give as much detail as I can. Maybe get this edited into a YouTube video, maybe not. I know it's going to be maybe a bit chaotic for Gloom to do, but that was the draft pod. I played against Elliot, who his handle is Raf Spootin on Twitter. Elliot is a level 3 judge who qualified in Dallas. We met in Dallas back then. The same tournament I qualified for. Oh, there's Reed back there. Same tournament I qualified for Barcelona at. Very, very nice player. Very nice guy. We took a picture together. I think the first like level 3 judge to qualify for the Pro Tour in a really long time. So I 2-1 my draft pod. And then I got this gift from a fan. It was really nice. Creativity is intelligence, having fun. I've got that in my backpack. And then I can just... And so I pulled... Here's the list that I registered if you haven't seen it. I know not everybody is on Twitter, but this was Reed's Yawgmoth list. Reed was crushing people in the testing house. He was really kind of playing the deck like it was a green-black mid-range deck that just had this Yawgmoth combo finisher. And I love the way he was playing it. I love the Cyborg Plant. Oh, I know. My picture's so bad. Okay, so this is Necroplasm, exclamation point card Necroplasm. I'm sorry, everything's so scuffed. I'd pull it up if I could. Haywire Might, Veil of Summer, Choke, Chalice of the Void, Go for the Throat. 2 Fatal Push, 1 Scavenging Ooze, 1 Force of Vigor, Enhance. 1 Leyline of the Void, 2 Endurance, 2 Thoughtseize. I loved our Cyborg plan we had. I'm not going to go through the Cyborg plan, but I just loved everything about the deck. And except for the fact that it was really poorly positioned and we kind of knew it going in. But round 4, I played against like this blue-red Fair Breach deck. I believe I won 2-0. It was kind of like the Dimir Ring deck smushed together with like Fair Breach or Murktide. It was playing like Subtlety, Channeler, Ragavan, Ring, and Underworld Breach. It was pretty interesting. And then I beat Scam. The next round I was feeling great, beating Scam. I feel like I played really, really well. And then I played against Jake. Esther, what's Jake's last name? Do you remember?
Beardsley?
Yeah, Jake Beardsley, the future Pro Tour champion, the person who won the Pro Tour. At the end of the day, let me actually see if I can pull up their Twitter. I every time I click on this stupid X, I'm like my flight or fight response is like triggered because I think I'm clicking on like porn on stream, but it's just Twitter. Okay, so yeah, I played against Jake Beardsley. It's very, very nice. My first time I think meeting Jake. I won game 1 if I remember correctly. It was a really tough game. I feel like I played really well, and then games 2 and 3 it was a lot of like Scam into Voidwalker into so that was game 2. It was like Scam into Voidwalker into something, and then game 3 I keep a 7-card hand with Leyline of the Void. I'm feeling great, feeling so good. But my opponent has Grief, Malak Rebirth, pitches Malak Rebirth to Grief, takes a card, but I'm just ripping spell after spell after spell. I'm feeling so good. But Jake's curve is Grief me turn 1 into Voidwalker, into Seasoned Pyromancer, into Shieldred. I kill the Shieldred, then Jake plays a Fury. I'm like stabilizing on the board through all of this still. I'm drawing so well. But then Jake draws his second Shieldred, has 2 copies of Shieldred on the sideboard, drew the second one, and that's what I lost to game 1, I think. It was so tough. I felt awful after that loss. And a lot, you know, we'll get into day 2. Day 2 was such a mess. Then I played against Omnath. I played against an Omnath player who's playing Orcish Bowmaster in their deck. It was pretty interesting. I think they're also playing Karn. It was a really long 2 match. We had like some judge calls. There was some like language barrier issues, but it'd be fine. Like the player was like, we probably had like 25 minutes of judge calls, and it was like a little awkward. But afterwards, they were just very cheerful and asked to take a picture with me because they were a fan. It was kind of funny. So I beat Omnath, was 5-2, and then I played against this Australian guy who was playing Dimir Ring, and I just like there were definitely games where I mulliganed mulliganed to 6 in the play booth games. I just got like 1-for-1, 1-for-1, 1-for-1 Ring. Games 1 and 2, and it was really, really tough. We didn't like love the Dimir matchup. We thought it was okay. We had like a choke in the sideboard to help, but that was my day 1. I finished day 1 5-3. Locked up day 2, min cash, not an amazing start, but like, you know, pretty reasonable to, if I 5-3 again the next day, I'm requalified for the PT, things are good. Day 2 was without being, I guess we can, before we get into the disaster, that was day 2. I had dinner with Andrea at this really, really good restaurant, La Pepe. I think I ate there again with Esther the next day, yeah. It was me, Andrea, and then his friend Marco. I met Marco in Minneapolis, MagicCon Minneapolis, a few months ago, and Marco actually ended up top 8ing. It was so exciting. Marco's a super, super nice guy. It's just like the sweetest ever, and it was so exciting to see him top 8. I was really happy for him. I also ran into Toffel, loved Toffel. We were on YouTube together one time. Fire Shoes took this picture of me and my doppelganger, which is pretty funny. I also ran into another guy who looks like a lot. I mean, just like kind of shaggy Magic player, white guy, glasses maybe, but that was the fun stuff. Let's get into the disaster. That was day 2. I won my first round of draft, and then I did not win another match. It was awful. Without being melodramatic, without being hyperbolic. Day 2 of PT Barcelona was the single worst day of any Magic tournament I've ever played. Like record-wise, and just like, it was tough. I also will say, up until like the last round or 2, before my soul was crushed and I was completely like dead for everything and demoralized, I really think I was playing well and drafting well. It was just one of those days where I just couldn't catch a break and couldn't get things going. Without being too melodramatic, can I, like, also Mason didn't rotate this for me. It's like, why do I even have interns? Okay, so I'm gonna rotate this for y'all, rotate left, oh, where did it go? So I bought this laptop for the trip, and it has stupid Windows 11 on it. Everything's just like, it's like Europe. Everything's just a little weird. Windows 11 is the Europe of operating systems. Okay, so not very good. I also don't have a mouse. I'm just on the trackpad. Okay, so I had a weird draft. I ended up in green, which isn't obviously ideal, but my seat, like, there wasn't a lot open, but I ended up being in green black, which I was pretty happy with, and I thought my deck was pretty good. I had an Old Man Willow, I had a Shelob, I had a Horn of Gondor, which was awesome. Did I have one more bomb? Maybe that was all my bombs. But I had like a reasonable amount of Ring Timsu. I had like a good amount of like food synergies and sacrificing with the Mary Brander whatever. I thought my deck was fine. It wasn't as crazy as the first days, but I thought it was fine. I was pretty happy with it, and I honestly felt like I drafted about as good as I could for my seat. I won match one. And then I played against a black-white deck. It was very grindy, but my deck was doing really well. I was crushing, and things were good. And then match two, I played against the, like, it was insane. My opponent's draws were just like, it was, okay, so my opponent went game one, play the blue-white modern players, just focus for a little bit. The 2-mana 2/2, whenever you draw your second card, make a 1/1. Played that on turn two. Into Birthday Invitation, Birthday Escape. Not Birthday Invitation. Something Envelope. The Manolith that Ring Timsu. And then so is attacking and then is making the 1/1 every turn off of that. I, however, have a great curve. I'm on the draw, and I play my Pathfinder, my Mana Dork. Oh, come on, Windows 11. I play my Mana Dork into Old Man Willow on turn two, and then I go, and then my opponent makes another 1/1, and then plays the 4/4, the 4/4 that only costs 4 mana if you draw a second card. Plays that, so their curve is like 2/2 into the Manolith into the 4/4 on the play. Very, very good curve. Already has 2 1/1s. But I go turn 3 Old Man Willow, and then I attack, and I play whatever this card is. Stew the Conies. I kill the 4/4 with my Old Man Willow with this spell, and then I sack the food token and I kill the 2/2. I kill both of them. I'm feeling so fucking good, dude. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like I've drafted great. I'm playing great. Then my opponent slams Faramir. 4 mana 3/3. At the beginning of your opponent's end step, you make 3 1/1 creatures if they attacked and draw a card if they didn't. My opponent slams Faramir. But they are drawing so many cards off Faramir, it's crazy. But I am grinding them out. I am out-grinding them. I'm playing my Longhorns, I'm playing my Old Man Willows. At one point, I give my Old Man Willow Trample, and I hit my opponent down to like 4 life, and they've triggered Faramir like 5 or 6 times to get like 9 tokens and 2 cards. I'm still out-grinding them. And then they play Battle of the Bywater, they kill like 4 of my creatures, kill none of their creatures, make like 6 foods, and it's over. It's like kill all creatures power 3 or greater, make a food for each creature control. And then game 2 is the exact same, except my opponent has turn 2 the Black Ring Timsu Bitter Blossom, just like the upkeep Ring Timsu into some 3-drop into Faramir, into Battle of the Bywater, kill 3 creatures again. And at the end, my opponent says he had 2 Battle of the Bywaters. And if you just look at my deck, it's just all 4 power creatures. It was just so nasty. It was just so nasty. So I lost that round. And then I lost to a really good blue-red control deck. I almost pulled game 3 out. My opponent had like the sequence was even... It was a lot. It involved like the Mythic Sword that casts instants and sorceries from their hand. I got them down to 1 life. And they were able to... They were completely tapped out, killed 2 of my creatures to get the hit in, put me to like 4, and then cast a foray of orcs from their hands, like kill my generous end. So foray of orcs for like 8 power to kill my generous end and win the game. It was really silly. Another limited game loss where my opponent was at 1 life, and I just didn't feel like I could have got that extra damage in. So that was the limited portion. 1-2 this draft. And then I just get so slaughtered in Constructed. Let's see. So I played against Scam, and this was I believe my like experience playing against Scam this time, and then also against Jake. Game 1, I just feel like I play a great game of Magic, and I really maneuver very well, and it's interesting, and I'm playing around things. I just win a great game that I feel so good about. And then games 2 and 3 is just like scam and avoid walker into pressure, and it's just too much. And then the round after that, I play against Arnie. I love Arnie. I've like seen Arnie online a few times. I don't even know if we've interacted at all. Arnie was like great to hang out with, just super cool. I got a couple of pictures of the testing house. This was a draft that we did. There's Brent and Reed and me and Gab and Jacob or Yakub, Edgar, Sam, Kai, and then not the whole team, but some people testing. And then here's me and Gab. We're playing some Magic on a chair. It's very fun. We played on that chair a good amount, but Arnie was great. I'd love to hang out with Arnie. I would love to hang out with Arnie again. But Arnie was playing Rhinos. I believe I won game 2. I may have been 2-0'd, but Rhinos, like, not only was Rhinos like a bad matchup for us, Arnie's Rhino list was like teched for Yogg because Reed was doing so well. We were play testing against Yogg. We thought there was going to be a little bit more Yogg than there was. Let me see if we can find his. You not tweet his deck list? No, I think he just tweeted the limited deck list, but it had we were playing Questing Beast because it was really good against ring decks, and Yawgmoth, and Questing Beast was pretty good against me too. So at that point, I'm dead for the next Pro Tour requalification, and then I play 2 more matches. I play against Burn and then Tron. I made a mistake. I took 1 or 2 extra damage off a Swift Spear because I didn't realize that there were invisible prowess triggers. It was just kind of a silly mistake on my part, but I think that I still was just dead to like a good series of Burn top decks, and then I lost a match to Tron also after that. That match to Tron, at that point the convention center was very hot. There was no air conditioning. I was sweaty. I was sad. And I didn't play that match very well. That was like, I think the one match of the weekend I just didn't play very well. But I was also like dead and demoralized and sweaty. So I lost again to Tron and I just dropped. I was just off of it. And that was my PT experience. So big sad. I did make min cash, and the whole experience was awesome, and getting to hang out with people, the team, saying hi to everyone in the convention center was awesome. But that was the very, very disappointing day 2. It was just tough, and I really do feel like I played my best, but I don't feel like I had the best deck selection. I think that there was like a big degree of me wanting to do what the team did, and me wanting to not just play like my rogue deck that I have put a lot of time into, but the rest of the team, there were other players in the team who liked the mono black deck, but like it was like nobody else's first choice, and I just didn't want to be that guy. I wanted to work with the team a bit more, but we also kind of knew that the Yawgmoth list wasn't like exactly where we needed to be, and we were even like desperation scrambling playing Tron like the night before deck list submissions. We were doing like 6 hours, and our list wasn't that. It was pretty different from Team Handshakes, but we were also playing like Dismembers and Urza Saga, and it was looking pretty good in our testing. We just didn't spend enough time with it, and we should have spent more time with it because it had like pretty good data limit for what we had. That was my PT experience, and now I just get to go back to being a handsome streamer for the yeah, for now. I already talked. I probably should have done this later, but this is kind of like this is the tech top version of Mono Black, playing Cottage, Shine and Blood. I was liking this.